Hey y'all, we back. You know we don't stop working over here, right? Okay, y'all. Beyonce and Jay-Z might have found themselves in trouble with some copyrights. Okay, y'all, this what's going on. Okay, it has been confirmed the Hollywood power couple, and you know they're very high and very powerful, and musicians are facing a lawsuit from a Jamaican artist claiming she didn't receive credit for her contribution to Black Effect. Okay? This is your girl, and you already know, and I am bringing the scoop to you, Miss Lanita Gill. Thanks for joining, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. We appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. In court document obtained by E! News, Dr. Lenora Antoinette Steins is suing the couple for copyright infringement, right publicity, and just enrichment. Okay? And it went on and said that Dr. Steins claims in court documents that she supplied dancers, okay, for a video meant to promote Jay-Z and Beyonce album and tour. She also alleged the couple wanted to record her views on love that would be used in the video for promotional purposes only. Y'all, it looked like since I don't know what's going on with these. Look like they taking their time with these artists. Okay, now according to the Jamaican resident, Beyonce and Jay-Z project was released and featured the unauthorized exploitation of her vocal on a song known as Black Effect. Okay, Dr. Stein's horror and cheering was compounded when she realized that not only were her vocals featured on the recording and in the project, but she also discovered that she was not even credited by the defendants for providing her vocal. Court documents stated, okay, this is what the court documents stated. This discovery left Dr. Steins feeling violated and as if the defendant had artistically honored her. No telling who else they have done this to. I hope not.
Across the globe. The celeb takes to Instagram to post about George Floyd just hours after 3 additional officers involved in his death were arrested. She shares a photo of a rally in Minneapolis with the caption, "The world came together for George Floyd. We know there is a long road ahead. Let's remain aligned and focused in our call for real justice." Attorney General Keith Ellison shared on Wednesday afternoon that the 3 additional Minnesota police officers have officially been charged in the case. Floyd was pronounced dead on May 25th after a Minneapolis police officer pinned the 46-year-old to the ground by kneeling on Floyd's neck. Beyonce previously spoke out about his death in a powerful video message, urging her fans to stand up to racism.
We need justice for George Floyd. We all witnessed his murder in broad daylight. We're broken and we're disgusted. We cannot normalize this pain. I'm not only speaking to people of color. If you're white, black, brown, or anything in between, I'm sure you feel hopeless by the racism going on in America right now. No more senseless killings of human beings. No more seeing people of color as less than human. We can no longer look away.
And it went on and said that the Black Effect is featured on the couple joint album titled Everything Is Love, which was released in June of 2018. Okay, Beyonce wants y'all to stay focused. At the 61st Annual Grammy Award, the album won for Best Urban Contemporary Album. According to the court documents, Dr. Stein's vocals are featured in the first 60 seconds of the recording of 19% of the total songs. Okay, the plaintiff is seeking damages, legal fees, a portion of the publishing rights and a writer credit for the single. And then you have the beautiful couple, the richest billionaire couples. I guess they don't mind sharing that money. Okay, y'all, in the article went on to say that Beyonce and Jay-Z, as we said earlier, the video that have been hit with a copyright infringement lawsuit over Bay popular Renaissance cut, Break My Soul, okay? Per legal document obtained by Baller Alert on Wednesday, May the 22nd, a group called the Show, what is this? The Show Stop Pass are alleging that the pair unlawfully used their 2002 song, Release a Wiggle, on the aforementioned blockbuster. What? Big Freedia has also been named in the case due to her song. I remember that. Explode, being sampled on Break My Soul. Okay, this is where the allegedly illegal sample stems from. Also, y'all, here we go. Let me bring it up right here. Also, the plaintiff, Tisa, Evi, and Kiva, Henry, and Bryant are arguing. Oh, y'all. Their unique phrases, melody, and musical arrangement were used on the songs mentioned above. They also claim to have never approved of the sample, for which they were apparently never credited or paid. Okay, Dr. Show Stop Pass are seeking specific damage as well as royalties and proper credit for the songs. And the article went on to say that in other news, Beyonce has now surpassed a whopping 1 million streams on Spotify from her Cowboy Carter album that was released in March, okay? Chart data confirmed the news in a post earlier this month, writing at Beyonce Cowboy Carter has now surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify, okay? The record has been a major success since its release. According to Billboard, it debuted atop the Billboard 200 tally with 407,000 equivalent albums unique units in its first week. Okay, it was the biggest sale week of 2024 at the time, though it has since been one up by Taylor Swift's latest effort. Okay, then to go on and say that 23 of the album's 27 songs also made it to the Billboard Hot 100 chart, bringing the Houston native career total Billboard Hot 100 songs to 106. She now just the 17th artist and only the third woman to score over 100 entries since the Hot 100 was launched in 1958. And lastly, good people, former chart topper Texas Hold'em lead the pack at number 2, followed by, quote, Two Most Wanted with Miley and Cyrus at number 6, and bass cover Dolly Parton Jolene at number 7. Okay, 10 other songs from the album also cracked the 1050, including the Post Malone collaboration, Levi Jeans, Bodyguard, and a cover of the Beatles, Blackbird. As for Cowboy Carter's other achievements by Beyonce, Post Malone track gave Levi Stratus and a Message Punch. Soon after the album dropped, the American clothing company attached its Instagram name to mirror the song title.
Company with a gatekeeper to be treated fairly. You should not have to have a gatekeeper on your team to make a livable wage off of music that is making people billionaires.
So Beyonce has been trending lately, not for Texas Hold'em, but for allegedly stealing from songwriters and other artists. And apparently this is not the first time she has been called out for stealing from other creatives. But things took a different turn recently when songwriter and activist Tiffany Red joined the conversation about how Beyonce is literally stealing songwriters' livelihoods by not paying them what they're worth.
Beyonce can absolutely reform Parkwood's business practices. It's a decision. It's a choice. It's a choice to take 25% of publishing that you didn't earn. That's wage theft. That's what that is.
Get him, Tiffany.
That's bullying. That's abuse of power. That is the power dynamic. That's the gun.
However, it seems like these guys have had enough of Beyonce stealing from them and they want to have their day in court. And of course, Beyonce's team is threatening to countersue for breach of contract because they are supposedly under ironclad NDAs.
The reason why people who work for Beyonce don't talk is because they're all on NDAs. Because that's also how she works. She silences people so that nobody can speak. I'm not a writer that's written for Beyonce.
Chile, if all of this is true, it means Beyonce built her billion-dollar empire off other people's free labor. So y'all better sit tight because this tea is piping hot. Songwriter and activist Tiffany Red recently slammed Beyonce for stealing from songwriters and trying to rip them off their publishing rights. For those who don't know, Tiffany Red has been in the songwriting business for almost 20 years and has the Grammy and other awards to show for it. But she had to walk away because of how toxic the industry is and how much these artists were willing to cheat their way to stardom. Tiffany didn't speak on Beyonce alone. Matter of fact, she was calling out the entire industry. But then she specifically mentioned some of y'all's faves like Zendaya, Tamar Braxton, and Savine Streeter for faking writing credits and stealing from songwriters. So in case you were wondering what this publishing rights and whatnot entails, hang on a minute, let's break it down. So when artists put out a song or an album, there are usually many people behind the scenes who work to make that happen. For example, you have songwriters, producers, sound engineers, background vocalists, video directors. It's a whole ecosystem. So you would expect that everyone involved in this process should get their share of the pie when the big bucks arrive. But that's not usually the case. These artists are out here trying to screw everybody over, especially the songwriters that literally write the songs y'all whine your bodies and make babies to. And of course, one of the most notorious artists that do this is Beyonce. You see, this is not the first time Beyonce has been called out for stealing from other creatives. So back in 2013, Beyonce gagged everyone when she released Bow Down, one of the few songs where she used the B word. Now, Bow Down was a hit, no doubt. However, the truth is that it wasn't originally written for Beyonce. Songwriting brothers Rock City revealed in a podcast that they wrote the song in under 9 minutes, and it was originally written for Rihanna. However, when they pitched it to Riri, she said she wasn't feeling it, so the song landed on Beyonce's lap. Now, what's crazy about this story is that when the song was released, Bey faced a lot of backlash for taking things too far. However, when she was asked what inspired her to write the song, she said she woke up with a voice in her head that just wouldn't stop chanting the lyrics of the song to her until she was forced to get in the booth and get it out of her system.
The reason I put out Bow Down is because I woke up, I went into the studio, I had a chant in my head. It was aggressive, it was angry. It wasn't the Beyonce that wakes up every morning. It was the Beyonce that was angry. It was the Beyonce that felt the need to defend herself. And if this song never comes out, okay, I said it. And I listened to it after I finished, and I said, this is hot. I'm going to put it out. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to just put it out. People like it, great. They don't.
Now, obviously, that's a bald-faced lie because she never even wrote the song. But that's not the only time she has lied and refused to acknowledge the writers who wrote her songs. Neo had a similar experience where he gave Beyonce a song, and she tried to pass it off like she was the one who wrote it and still didn't pay him well enough for it. You know Beyonce's jam, Irreplaceable? Well, it turns out Neo actually wrote the song, and it was originally meant for him. However, he said he realized some of the lyrics would be offensive to his female fans, and it might be better if a woman sang it.
Initially, I wrote it to sing it myself.
Right.
But I realized in the lyrics of this record that, well, first and foremost, a good 90% of my fan base was female, and if I were to say to my female fan base, I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, she'll be here in a minute.
So he passed it on to Beyonce, and she tweaked it a little to make it hers, and boy, did she own it. That would have been a cute little story if everyone had acted right. However, Neo later said he regretted giving out that song because he never got the recognition or payment he deserved for the song.
Are there times that you write songs for people and they want to take credit for it and act like you didn't write it because they want to make it seem like I
They
did
do that
this?
all the time.
That's happened before. You talking about Beyonce, Angela Yee over there? Are you just gonna say Charlamagne's mom's name?
What?
Yeah, I'm a Pinkett Smith.
But I'm sure that, but no, let's be real. I'm sure that happens a lot, not just with The Replaceable. I'm sure that's happened a lot of times with artists because they put a song out, people feel like, oh, she's singing from the heart, she's singing about, you know, something that she experienced, or he's singing about something that he experienced. So they want to make it seem like they wrote it themselves.
What's crazy is as soon as Bey's fans heard Neo say that, they descended on him and started dragging him for filth. When Neo saw the hate comments, he tried to defend himself by saying, I my dude, send me the link to where I said anything disrespectful about Beyonce, please. Dying to hear this. Then, when he heard the so-called diss, he said, just heard the audio where I supposedly dissed Beyonce. Are y'all serious? Did you even listen to what I said? I said I originally wrote the song for me. That's true. So of course I didn't want to give it away originally. It was for me. Once I realized how the song comes across if sung by a guy, that's when I decided to give it away. How is that dissing Beyonce? However, at some point, Neo just realized he was never going to stop getting bullied by the Beyhive if he continued to entertain them. So bro just said, you know what? At first I was apologetic about what the hacker said. Now that I heard the audio myself, not so much. Y'all should listen a little harder before you start dissing people. It makes
Okay, y'all, and lastly, don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate y'all. Beyonce and Jay-Z and Big Freedia are being sued by a former New Orleans-based group allegedly copyright infringement involving usage of the phrase "release a wickle." Okay, according to the federal copyright lawsuit filed May the 22nd in the Eastern District of Louisiana, the Bounce group that once performed as the show Top Hats is accusing Big Freedia of illegally using the three-word phrase in her 2014 song Explode. In the suit for 4 members of the group, Tisa, I remember them. That's Freedia people suing them. In the suit, 4 members of the group, Tisa, Kiva, Henry, and Brian, alleged Big Freedia took the phrase from 2002 single release, A Wickle, produced by them. I remember that. The song was Stock Camper, featured on a mixtape sold by Black House Entertainment. Okay, I'm not gonna play the music, but this is Big Freedia, but this is the video that they are talking about, the song that they are talking about. I'm not gonna play it, but yeah. Okay, the complaint alleges I'm sorry, y'all. The complaint alleges exploding phrases on the show Top Pass released a wickle 12 times as an infringing a phrase. Released your wiggle, and several other substantially similar phrases feature prominently on the song, eventually spread out across Explode Furious 2 minutes and 47 second runtime. Any reasonable person listening to Release a Wickle and Explode would conclude that the song are substantially similar. Okay, y'all, and I want to hear from y'all in the comment section. But lastly, as the fans know, Beyonce sampled Big Freedia song Explode on her smash hit Break My Soul from her 2022 7th studio album Renaissance. Need a break? Okay. Nah. Okay. The Yaya singer name has been added to a lawsuit along with others and writers and producers credited on the album, including Beyonce's husband and hip-hop mogul Jay-Z. Companies affiliated with the release of both songs are also named on the defendant. So what do y'all think about the lawsuit? Those people should get their money for writing those songs, okay? The suit claimed that the Showstopheads have a copyright to their unique, distinctive lyrics and musical composition. Release a wiggle. Okay, we already said it. Okay, Big Freedia had access to release a wiggle, which was sequentially sampled by Break My Soul. Okay, we said it. All right, y'all. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe and tell me what you think down in the comment section about do y'all think these people need to get their money for, and how many more copyright infringement going on out there in the entertainment world. I'm out, y'all.